Hi y'all, I'm here in my backyard grocery store and I'm gonna be doing a tour of it, upstate New York, zone 6B. Okay, so let's start out over here, and we have a lot going on. Even though this is late in the season, my season started very, very late. So that's why I still have things out here growing and looking pretty good, I think. Now over here, this is where I put the Christmas beans. They call Christmas lima beans. I'm trying to get this one up here on this fence. It was very windy and stormy yesterday, so it blew everything down. But this is what I have in here, these Christmas lima beans, some onions, and some marigolds. And so down this whole row, that's what I got in here. So now let's walk around here. I took off my netting, so hopefully the birds, not the birds, but the wasps and the other bugs won't try to attack me. Okay, so I'm gonna go up in here and show you my tomatoes that were put in very, very late. My other tomatoes I had to harvest in case if somebody knew, because something was eating them. Okay, it was eating them one by one, just cleaning me out. Bush with 3 tomatoes left on it. So here I have all these growing. And they're still flowering. Okay. And then I put 3 bushes here and they're in the ground. And you just have to excuse my siding. I have to get that clean. But I got tomatoes down in here. Let's see if you can see them. Maybe you can see them better without my finger. And then straight through here, there are more tomatoes in there. And then back here, this bush is more shaded bush. It's got tomatoes, but it's not as loaded as the other ones. Okay. But that's all right, because these were tomato plants that I had extra, and I decided to put them in. Okay, over here, this is where my squash, pumpkins, eggplant are. Now down here, if you can see, I got some zucchini in there. I'm going to be harvesting today, but I'm going to show you the stuff before I'm harvesting. Over here, this is all lemon balm in here. All lemon balm. So I'm going to be getting some of that too. I dry all these herbs and I keep them. Here's one of my squash here. That leaf was on there and it tore off. It was wet on there. I'm going to get that little piece off in case that might do something to it. But this one here is probably ready to get. All right. Over here is the eggplant. I'm going to show you from this side, and I'm also going to show you the eggplant from the other side because I have to maneuver in here. I got a lot growing. Okay, can you see that eggplant there? Here's a, I'm trying to see if I can get this one in there. Okay, that one in there. Here's a little smaller one here. A lot of flowers. We done cooled off in the 70s this week. I'm thankful. So we had a southern summer, and I'm not kidding. We had a southern summer, and I feel like I got cheated because I couldn't be out here. I didn't know how to maneuver in it. I had to learn some stuff from my girlfriend because I wasn't used to that. And I mean constantly, not just a few hot days, no. Stayed like that. So, and then we're going to have winter, And you know, we have to deal with winter. So that's why I feel cheated. Okay. Now, these are squash here. I put this squash up on a little rock because it was laying, see that rock? It was laying on the dirt. I didn't want something to happen to it. But in each one of these containers, I put onion around the edge, and then I put a herb in them, in most of them. Okay? And over here, I got another squash down here, which I got to get. They ready. I got one up here. This one here, I'm not sure it got pollinated. Okay. See, I got some parsley. All right. So, over here is squash also. See that bee just came out of that flower? I don't know if you caught it or not. Okay, now this squash here, laying on the ground here, I'm probably going to put a rock up under this one too after this video. I have to remember to do it. I don't want it laying on that damp grass all the time. Okay. Over here, I got, this is a kind of big one. And in here, I have these here squash. Yes, the squash bug is in there, but you know what? My stuff rooted. It rooted on the ground. It rooted in the dirt. So it didn't kill the plant. Because I've seen places where the squash bug went in. But it's still going. So I still got it going. I got to be careful in here because I'm seeing the bees over here. This is daytime. And this is just the eggplant on this side. And see all them down in there? Okay. There's plenty of eggplant in here. But I'm not going to go and in there mess with them bees. Let them do their job. Over here, I planted this very, very late. Don't know if I'm going to get anything. It's cauliflower, and I threw some peppers in here at the last minute. Okay, a couple of pepper plants that I had. Yeah. All right. Down here is some more of that squash on the ground, on the fabric. And then here's some onions I put in here. And these are bunching onions. And some of them look like they're ready to, you know, I don't like to get them much bigger than this. That's when I use them. And then I got some bunching onions over there. I had some leeks. Everything in this garden, except for like potatoes and sweet potatoes and, you know, fruit trees and stuff like that. Everything else in this garden was grown from seed. Okay, for any new people that are just checking in and don't know anything about my garden. Okay, I'm down here in the basement and I want to show y'all the results of taking all my green tomatoes. Remember the video where I harvest them all? If you didn't see it, I'll try to link them at the end, and I'll also try to link the one where I showed you all the bags that I'd put them in. Here we go. These are the bags. I put these green, all of them was green, in a brown paper bag. Use these clips on there to seal it in. And this is what we're going to get. I'm going to show you. Okay? Now, you seeing this at the same time that I'm seeing it. Okay? Let's get down in here and look. Do you see? The light's bad down here. But do you see all these ones that have turned? It's a few green ones still in there. But see, this is what I use. This is an apple. It's all moldy and everything now. But I cut up apples and put in here with it. So the gases from this is going to make the tomatoes ripen. Now I'm getting ready to sort them out now because I'm going to get out the ones that are ripe, and the ones that's not ripe, I'm getting ready to take them and put them back in the bag with a fresh apple slices in there with it. Okay, so that's that bag. Now let's go over here and look at this bag. Here we go. See? So this is what you can do with your green tomatoes. I had almost forgot about doing this. I used to do this years ago. I almost forgot I used to do this. And it works. This is the proof is in the pudding. Okay? You see it? Now I'm going to sort them out and I'm going to show you what I have. Okay. These are the ones that I'm going to leave in here longer. They were either very firm and I feel they can ripen more. And I have that bag, and then I have this bag over here. Now, I went up there and I got some fresh apple slices. I'm going to put about 3 in each one. So 2, 3. And you want them to be on the top. So see how they laying on the top? Okay. And then in this one over here, slices, I'm going to put like 1 there, 1 like over here. And then 1 there, okay? Now, I'm going to put the clothespins back on these bags, and I'll show you. Okay, this is the 3rd bag. I've already put the apple slices in there, and this is a bigger bag because I felt like I had some bigger tomatoes in here, and you needed to fold down good, okay? Okay, here are my 3 bags. Now, I need to come down here from time to time and check on them, okay? Not every day, but you come down here and check on them. And that's what I do according to, I know that I put firm tomatoes in here. I know I didn't put no soft ones in here, so I don't have to check every day. But depending on what you put in your bag, how often you need to check. And that's what I'm showing you. And I'm going to show you the ones now that I'm taking upstairs that can be used now, okay? Okay, this is the bag that I'm taking upstairs that can be used now, okay? And I have quite a few in there. And they'll continue to ripen even more. But these were ones that I feel like are ready to eat now, or they felt soft, okay? Not rotten, but softer that I didn't want to leave them in that other bag, okay? All right. One thing I had forgot to mention, you want to put these in a cool, dark place. I mean, if you don't have a basement, just some place that's cool and dark, like in a cabinet or some place that they're not going to get heated up, but it's going to be cooler. Maybe a cabinet wouldn't be that cool depending on how, your house is. Okay. All right. These I brought upstairs. These are the ones that I'm going to be using now. They can be used now. And I'm just going to take a little piece of this apple that I have left over and put it in here and push the tomatoes around it. If I had more apples, I would probably I would prefer to put whole apples up here on the counter. But this is what I have, so that's what I'm going to put there until I get to the store and get me some more apples, because I don't have any, from any of my trees yet. Okay? Okay, so let's go over here where the okra in the cattle panel pot garden. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to plant in these or not. I had said I was going to. I am growing some veggies to do a fall garden. So we'll see what I'm going to put where, okay? But these are flowers all up here. And they are late because they was put in very, very late. Okay? And there's some more on this side. Snapdragons, begonias, and stuff like that. All right, now over here, these are the jalapeno peppers, and I do have peppers in here. I'm just leaving them on here. It's loaded with them, and flowers, loaded with them, whole bunch of them, and I've been harvesting. And then along this trellis here, I have planted purple potted pole beans. And that's what these are. And they were put in on my last video. These are all peppers in here. And when I took out my tomatoes because something was eating it, I put in peppers. And these were all pepper plants that I had. And they just now, they're getting good sun and stuff. And you can tell they're getting flowers and everything on them. So they're doing good. And they have some peppers too. Over here, this one had been in here longer. And see, I'm trying to see if I can show you. There's peppers up in here. Okay, see those peppers? And there's flowers. I had to stake them up real good yesterday because we had such a vicious wind. And as you can see, it's windy now. Okay, and there go my beans from the other side. If every one of these pots should have beans in the back. That's going to hopefully grow up on this trellis and I'll get some. Okay? All right. These are peppers. I just tied this one up. If you can see this pepper here. And there it is. So I got peppers. This one here gonna be loaded. You can tell it's already, it's got little ones coming. It's gonna be a lot of peppers on there. Some of these things, they've been harvested, you know, so it's not like this is the only thing I'm gonna get for the season for these. It's not. Now look at these through here. I can't see if you can see it or not, but I'm trying to let these grow red. This is my first time growing these kind of peppers. And I'm trying, I came out here and harvested one, it was huge. And I'm gonna try to let the rest of them get red. And these pots have onions and garlic in them. And you know what? I harvested some garlic from over here. Now these beans here didn't seem to come out too good. I got like this bean plant and that one. So they're coming out later, but they're catching up. But my garlic, I planted it as green garlic, you know, and it was just supposed to like get a bulb, like a little bulb or something on it, and it would be green garlic. I can't see y'all, so I'm trying to show y'all because the sun has decided. When I first came out here, the sun wasn't shining over here like this, but now it is. So when it does, it blinds me. And so I try to get it as best I can to show y'all. These are fish peppers. And I do have some peppers here. You can see those, and there are more coming in there. You can see where some of my purple potted pole beans that I planted have already gotten onto the fence and coming all the way up. See? So they're catching on. And you see there's another one on there. So they doing good. And if you watch my last video, that's when you saw me really planting those. Okay, so these are all the peppers in here, and this one here I believe is cayenne, and I'm gonna have a lot of them. And then look at this little group of peppers here, and this plant here has quite a few peppers. This one has quite a few peppers here. Look at that big one, bigger one than the others. Some big ones over here. Can you see them? Yeah. So, and I got my beans back there growing up. This here is my sweet potatoes. I didn't come out here for 3 days because I was with my family and doing stuff, personal stuff. So everything was kind of looking kind of wilted, but I came out here and watered it real good, and then we got a storm yesterday, so it should be watered pretty good. I will water again today. The fish pepper here, and then this one here is that other little pepper that I'm growing for the first time. Yeah, but I'm pleased with the progress out here because this was put in late after I took out all of the tomato plants. So I'm getting peppers, so beautiful. Now this here, the wind blew over. I have to get these off of here. Can you see? Okay, so these peppers I gotta get and bring inside. It broke it off up in here. Before I could get out here and tie this one up, it happened. But most of the other ones I did tie them. Because what I had done, I had put stakes out here on some of them, and I don't know why. That's the most sweet potato in here. Oh, and then for anybody who don't know why I have this covering on this sweet potato, something was eating the leaves. Let me cover this up. Something was eating the leaves on my sweet potato, and I believe it was a deer now. At first I thought it was a squirrel, but I believe it was a deer because what it was doing, it wouldn't come in here. It would just reach through the cow panel and eat them. And I had heard that deer won't come into it. See, this is a narrow little, see how this is? I heard deer won't come into something like this. So that's why I'm thinking it was a deer. So that's them peppers there that I gotta get. And I'm gonna be out here harvesting what I wanna harvest. But I'm just showing you flowers, peppers, sweet potatoes. They're not quite ready yet. There's more peppers here. And I see flowers down in there. I don't know if you can see it. There's some peppers and some beans. So most of the plants, this is my asparagus. I was able to eat good asparagus off of this. Yeah, I had some good asparagus. So you can grow it in a container. Sweet potato here. You notice how I'm trying to mainly keep this covered out here that's reaching out because the wind has blown stuff around, but you know, because whatever it is, you know, is eating from the outside. Okay, now here's some more beans going up on the cow panel pot garden. They're going up on the cattle panel. Over here I have pepper plant that's got, it's like a bell pepper type pepper, and then another one here. I came out here and been harvesting some of those because I needed it. I was cooking something, and I got my beans back here, and then the pepper. This here, tell me y'all, is this a weed or a pepper plant? That woman on Esty, I keep talking about her because I don't like wasting my money. She sold me this as a pepper plant. It was planted at the same time all these pepper plants were planted. And look at it. It's stunted. It's no good. Bad seeds. Somebody told me her channel is Mommy and Me. This was the pepper. Was planted back in April. That's the name of it. Is this a pepper plant? Have you ever grown that kind of pepper? Is that a pepper plant? Because if it's a weed, I need to pull it out. It's looking strange to me. Over here, here's another pepper here. And a big one over here on this side. Let me see if I can show you that one. Here. So, yeah, they're doing pretty good over here. And in here I got my strawberries. I'm going to have to come in here and get, I got berry there. Let me see what else I got in here. I got over here, one down here. See how this is growing out like that? I'll take that and push that down in this dirt just like I just did. Don't bury the crown. Where did it go? Oh, okay. I just kind of lay it around there loosely. and hopefully it'll catch on and the crown not barry. Can you see it? This is it right here. And that's what I keep doing in this container till I get too many, and then I'll put them somewhere else. There's a pepper. And little baby. Oh, look at that little baby. How cute. Ain't that a cutie? Yeah, so over here is my delphinium. It's doing really good. Okay? So this is the cow pounder pot garden. I'll stand back off of it and let y'all look. Okay. It just started raining, so that means that I'm going to have to start cutting this grass out here again. This is my 2 pear trees, which I have put those organza bags on them so that the animal wouldn't get them. Something came out here and ripped a couple of them off, but it was laying on the ground with the bag, and I ate them. They couldn't get it off. So that's this here. So hopefully I'm going to have those. This is my okra row down here. And it has okra and beans in the back of it. Okay? Some of them are big. Because like I said, I spent family time and didn't come out here. And I got to harvest these. This one over here. It's kind of big in there. That's all right. I test them to see if they're tough. If they're tough, they go for seeds. If they're not tough, I can use them. I use this, freeze my okra and use it in soups and stews. That's how I like to use it in the winter. I love having that good nutrition from the garden in the winter. See my beans growing all in the back. Beans in the back over there. All right. And I got okra up here. I came out here and pruned them a little bit yesterday. I looked at the video on how to prune your okra. I didn't exactly prune mine like the video said, because mine is in a container. I was watching the Humble Servant Homestead. Mine is in a container, but I did prune some of it. I always took off the bottom leaves on my okra. Like this one here need to come off. I always did do that. But it was interesting to watch. So if you have okra and you don't know how to prune it, go check them out. The Humble Servant Homestead. I do watch them. Now this one over here, if I had done like what he was saying, I would have cut all these off. All these branches, these sucker branches, like where my finger is, I would have cut all that off. But I didn't want to cut it off because it's growing. And it's late in the season and I want to get okra. And so I didn't bother to cut it off. But next year I'll probably use that technique. This okra here. And sometimes if you have a container garden like me, just remember, sometimes you can watch and learn from people who are growing in the ground. You can pick up some things from them, but everything may not be for you, okay? Some things may be and some things may not. Depends, okay? So you have to be the judge of that. Here's some more okra here. I got more coming up in the top. I got quite a bit up over here. So, and then I'm just pulling these leaves off as I'm going that need to come off. You see them leaves that's dying or whatever, get them off. The lower leaves, whatever. All right, beans. Look at all this okra. And one of them grew really big because like I said, I spent family time and didn't come out here because that was more important to me at that time. You know, we got to be well balanced. Well balanced. Not just all garden. You got to have family too. Family time. Okay. So, this okra plant. I don't know if that one's too big. Some of these ones like this don't get tough like for a long time. So I don't know if that's one of them or not, but I got quite a bit in there. And then up here, over here, see, it's growing more okra. It's growing. It's okra over in here. And see my beans back there. And yeah. And then at this end, I put in some peppers on this end. Now this end, these peppers are doing good. They're flowering and getting quite a few peppers. I showed you this from the other side. This is it from this side. And see all them peppers in there. So it's doing real good. So that is over here. Okay, so let's move over here. Now, let me throw that down on the ground right there. This I planted real late. We'll see what happens. You know, don't be afraid to try. I had these, I just put seeds in here. No, wait a minute, what happened? Oh, I planted seeds and they didn't come up. But at the same time I planted the seeds, I put it in a container. The container ones came up and I put them over here. That's what happened. So these are like yellow, let me see, yellow patty pan, and then a yellow straight neck, I believe. Yeah, yellow straight neck and yellow patty pan. So that's what those are there. So I'm hopefully gonna get something off of it. Here I have potatoes, white potatoes. Not ready yet, but I got them in there, and just taking care of them and watching. They all had flowers. They had flowers. Over here, this is just where I grow flowers in here, because this container, I had originally bought this container to put strawberries in. I bought 2 of them. But then when I read the packaging, it said that it was recycled plastic and they don't recommend it for food. So then that's why I have these 2 containers that I keep flowers in, I'm sorry. And if the company is telling you that, you better listen. So anyway, this right here I'm trying to get to is my Texas Star Hibiscus that I planted from seed. I got 2 of them in here, and they are doing good. I thought the thing was dead. This one after winter. After winter, see this cut? I'm trying to show you this cut. Let me put my finger on it. See that cut? I cut the stem down. That was only 1 stem. I thought it was dead. And then I looked and I saw green coming from the root. I said, ooh, this thing is still alive. So then I left it alone, and it grew all of this. And that stem over there is coming off of it. And then this is the other plant here. So I'm going to move them. I want to plant them on the front of the house. So that's where they're going to go. Over here, I found a tomato plant that didn't die. I had some tomatoes, and I was getting ready to get rid of them. And I saw this one, and I said, this one here is still trying to live. So I took it and put it in here. So we'll see what it does. It's a determinate tomato. So, all right, over in this here row, you see that's my pear tree on the other side of this cattle panel here. These are, hold on, y'all, hold on. It just seemed like my lens was dirty. I'm sorry. Hopefully this ain't coming out foggy like I'm seeing it. Cowpeas. So, I don't know if I showed y'all in the last video. I think I showed y'all planting the cowpeas, but I'm not sure. But these are all cowpeas in here. This is my chives. It's pretty much seem like it's done for the season or something. I'm trying to encourage you to do some more, get some more chives, because I did come out here and cut some off and used them. I don't know, it's got a lot of brown on it, so it might be done for the season. It comes back every season. Take this weed out of here. But this is my cowpeas, and hopefully they're going to grow up on the trellis here. And I planted those very, very late too. All right. Now, this is a volunteer borage. I got borage volunteering in my garden. And you know, you can use this as good medicinal. So Google that, find out what parts of it you use and what you can use it for and all that. Okay? Now, let me pull this out of here. Get that out. Even though I don't have anything in there, I don't want that in it. Coming down here, we're going to take a look at the peppers. Because this here kind of weed is a bad weed too. It shoots out. Shoots. So, now right here is my peppers. I got a lot of them in here. A lot of peppers. A lot of different peppers in here. Peppers all over. There's plenty of peppers in here, y'all. Okay, you might not be able to see them good because the green on green. But these peppers are in here. This one's turning. These two here are turning. See these two? All right. And they're still getting flowers. All right. There's a lot of peppers over here. And there they go. And then these here are the lemon spice jalapenos, which you can see some of them have already turned the lemon spice color. And then this one got so heavy, it's laying over. So I'm just going to leave it alone and until I get ready. I don't want to have to come out here and harvest until I know I'm ready to process. Because if I do, then stuff will be not as fresh as it could have been. So I don't want to do that. So I'm just showing you. This is in the 100-gallon grow bed. Okay, so see all this up here, flowers. This one over here hanging to the side. It's got peppers. All these peppers are hot peppers. Everything in here is a hot pepper, supposedly. Okay, that's what I planted. All right, so let's go over here. Let's go over here. Down this row, this here is bee balm, and I cut it back, and it's starting to grow back again. Over here are cucumbers, and they got, of course, you see that they at the end of their life here, and I got cucumbers on here that I'm gonna get. See that cucumber? Cucumber. These are the Space Master cucumber. And I've gotten quite a few off of here. And this one here has gotten really big. Whoa. Gotta come up and get these. And this little one here. Yeah, so this here is the watermelon in here, which is a baby watermelon down there. See it right there by my thumb over here? Baby watermelon. But I know I won't get nothing off of that, but it's still getting flowers. It was so hot out here. Like I said, I had a southern summer. Now here's a melon. I need to put this up on a rock too. Here's a melon. I think there's another one over here too. Yeah, let's walk around to the other side of this pot, this container. I have to make sure I ain't stepping on none of my plants. All right. Now, this is the squash and melon in here together. But this one here, I see that there's a squash. See that squash? Now, hopefully I'll get something from that one. Over here is a squash right there. I don't know if you can see it because I can't get that leaf out of the way. And I'm just looking to see what, at the same time I'm showing y'all, I'm looking and checking on my stuff. Okay, see this here? Watermelon in there. And I saw, oh yeah, I was going to say, I saw another little one. This one. Let me see, right there. That little one. Get that leaf out of the way. See it? Okay. Now, when you see a little watermelon in your garden, don't write it off as, oh, that ain't no good. You see a little watermelon? I have taken some of them little watermelons, cut them open. It was the sweetest thing. Delicious. So, know that. Now, this here is sage. Some type of sage. I don't forget. If you go back and look at my other video, I said what kind of sage it was. I'm just looking for cucumbers. There's a cucumber right there where my finger is pointing. There's a cucumber there. And on the other side of it, there's another one. I'm just looking and see what I got out here. I'm going to come back and be harvesting. Definitely going to be harvesting the cucumbers. Yeah, see this one? There's a cucumber here. I don't know where my hand is. Oh, right here. There's a cucumber right there. And then there's some little ones. Now, I don't know if they're going to do anything or not. All right, so there's some cute little watermelons out here. It's trying. I know some people would take these off because they say they're taking energy from the big one. I'm going to leave it right there. And I'm just walking through and looking. I saw one cucumber over here, but there's actually two over there. And then that one. Okay. And like I said, the vine boar's own stuff, it's in there. It's in there, but the stuff rooted in the ground. It's rooted in the ground, because when you try to lift this up, this don't lift. So I leave it there, because I've seen stems that I know the vine boar's in. And I left it alone. And the thing is still growing. Okay, so let's walk over here. Here's another. I put this one up on a rock. I put that up on a rock, and it's almost ready to get. I'll have to look and check it out thoroughly. Comfrey in there getting ready to flower. Over here, some more bee balm. In here with some, I got a pumpkin over here. Let's get over there and look at that. I put the pumpkin up on a little rock in here. Here it is. It's a little pie pumpkin. They don't get that big, so it's not ready yet because it'll turn orange. Here's another squash in here. This one I put up on the rock. You can see the rock. And in these containers, I got flowers, calendula, marigolds, pumpkins, squash. That's what's in this row over here. Onions in the containers, okay? Over here I had a little chipmunk. It was either a chipmunk or a field mouse. that was coming out here eating the female blossoms. So I'm lucky to have anything, because I couldn't figure out any way how to protect that against that. But I saw the cat out here the other day. I don't have a cat, but there are cats that come in my yard, and it was carrying something in his mouth, and I think it was either a chipmunk or a field mouse that it had in his mouth. These are potatoes here, white potatoes, and I put some onions in here, but it didn't look like they came up too much. Just got a little bit of onion there, but these potatoes in here, and it's laying over. I don't think it's ready. I didn't come out here and water, and then it drooped and laid over, and now they're so heavy they can't come. So now this here was some okra I found after I thought I had planted all my okra, and I found 2 okra plants. So I said, hey, I'm gonna plant them in my stash. And this one, as you can see, got too big. It got too big, but that's all right. Like I said, I took a little break out of the garden. And this one over here, we'll see what it's going to do. I had to stake them up because the wind was so bad. It was knocking them over, getting ready to destroy them. Back there is mint, that container. And then some containers are empty, which I want to plant in. This here is mint, and I want to come out here and get some mint. I make tea. I love to have tea. And these are the peppers in the last video I showed doing these peppers, and I put them in here. And I got like, I think 3 in each one. And these were from my stash. I had extra pepper plants, and I decided to put them in late. And they had peppers on them when I put them in, and I left the peppers on them. And as you can see, it's growing and doing very well, these pepper plants, okay? I put in one of these tomato cages, and what I use and what I do, y'all, is I take a tomato cage and I put it in there, and then I tie each pepper. I put the tomato cage in the center, and then I tie each pepper to a leg of that cage, okay? And that way you utilizing these. They're not good for tomatoes, but they're good for other stuff. These greens are already harvested. I showed that in a video. I'll link those videos that I did if you want to go back and look at any of that stuff. This is my corn, which didn't do, I don't think I'm going to get anything. There are some corn on there, but whether or not I'm going to get any, because this done cooled off now, I don't know. Like, see, that corn there, there's a corn there, some corn over there, there's some corn on the other side. I planted it late, and I don't know, what it's going to do. And I put a lot of them in that tub, and we'll see. Maybe it was too many. I don't know. Over here, I put in these 2 sunflowers. I showed y'all when I was planting them. I said, it's late. I don't know if I'm going to get anything, but I had them in my stash, and I'm going to use them. And let me take that leaf off. So, there you go. They're trying to get a flower. Over here, I put around them these gladiolas. So all around these sunflowers in a circle is a gladiola. Some of them didn't come up though, but they're coming up late. The weather was horrible. And over here, trying to think what this one is. Lemon balm. These are all where my herbs are. See the bees in there? The bees, the things are flowering, and the bees love it. See that bee in there? See him? He over there. He or she or whatever it is. It's having a good time. And what it's on right here is horehound. This is horehound. This is my first time growing that. I got in here celery, parsley, sage. I got to come out here and get all these, and I get them. And I got onion, and I'm going to get this stuff out. Not the whole thing, but harvest, and put it in my little dry and hanging thing that I have. Okay, and I use that stuff. This is all oregano, big old mound of oregano. Came back from last year. I put some onions around it. This here is the echinacea. This one here, believe it or not, is lavender. Mine was going blank on it. That's all mint in there. I love my mint. Over here, herbs again. Parsley. Let me see what this one is. Because I grew some things that I grew on them, and I don't know for sure because it's my first time growing them. I know that says mint. This is parsley, but this one says mint, marvelous mint. I don't know if that's what that is right here. Let me see. I'm going to taste a piece and see if this mint. I'm going to get a leaf off of here. It's mint. It looks different to me, but I don't know why. But anyway, I got onions in here. Lemongrass. Dill. I'm going to take them cucumbers and make some refrigerated dill pickles with this dill and them cucumbers I got. This over here is potatoes. White potatoes. And they drooped again once I didn't water. But they had flower too, so they might be getting close to being ready. I ain't going to jump the gun and get them early. I can be patient until I know, okay, they're ready. Okay? These here I planted very late. I know they ain't ready. These I put in way after them. I found some potatoes in the basement. They was chitlin. They was potatoes I had saved. And I put them out here. So that's what these are. I haven't seen any flowers on this particular one. Okay? So, over here, these are my fruit trees. The apple, peach. That's another one of them containers that I told you it's not recommended to grow food in it. They said from the company. Those are gladiola flowers in there. I got a good deal on them. Plum tree, peach tree, apple tree, and hazelnut tree. Okay. Now, over there is my hibiscus. It's not the kind that everybody else make their tea from, but I make tea from this kind too. And you can make it from this kind also. Research it. I'm gonna put in. I got the Texas star hibiscus plants that I showed you. When they get in their permanent home, I will be using those for tea too also. Okay. Just showing my garden to anybody new who has not seen it. The layout. I think I showed y'all, let's see here. I think I'll go in here and show these little pepper plants I got. I got these little pepper plants. They left over seedlings that I'm not going to do anything with. They're growing peppers. See? I've got peppers. I'm thinking about bringing some of them in Here's one, we got a real big pepper on it. See that one, the kind of red one on there. And they just been, this one I saw a little pepper. Yeah, they got a pepper too, so they doing good. See, for me, I don't up pot. I hate up potting. So I be leaving stuff in there with all of them together. Whatever was in the pot that survived, that's what I leave. So I'm going to leave these right here. And if they keep growing peppers, I'm just going to keep harvesting. I was thinking about bringing a couple in for the winter. A couple of the plants, you know, getting them ready for the winter. You know, not bringing in that soil with it, though. Doing it like it's supposed to be done. And there's some of the tomatoes from this side on this plant. Okay? All right, y'all. Oh, and there's some zucchini over down there. I think, I don't know if I showed you that, but anyway. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. If you're somebody that watches this channel and you are a casual viewer, I saw that I have a lot of casual viewers. Consider subscribing. Doesn't cost you anything. You're always going to learn something from watching me. To my subscribers, thank you so much. Love you guys. New people, welcome, welcome, welcome. Keep watching. Keep watching. You're going to learn something, and it's enjoyable while you're learning. Okay? Bye-bye.